floor is yours.
Have you ever had a pet? A pet that was
No, but I'm
always around and perhaps encompassed a majority of your childhood? I did. My family got a dog, Luther, when I was 4. He was a German Shepherd, Border Collie, Blue Heeler mix. And I remember sitting at the table with my family trying to come up with names for him. His name was originally Cody before we got him. And Luther was the name my dad chose. And this was his collar. It's a Superman collar because he was my dad's dog. And if you know my dad, you know he loves Superman. And with his name being Luther, we couldn't pass up the opportunity of Lex Luthor. And he wore this all 9 years he was with us. Sadly, in May of 2022, he passed away after a long fight with nasal cancer. The doctor gave us 3 to 6 months with him, and Luther, the fighter he was, stuck it out for over 1.5 years. But whenever he passed, my family got a shadow box for him, and we got his paw print, fur, and some other keepsakes of him. Thing is, though, I actually lied to you earlier because this was not his collar. After he passed, my sister, who loves stuffed animals, bought a smaller but matching collar to put on her toys to remember him by. This is actually his collar, as some of you may have noticed the collar in the box. Luther grew up with me, and he was a big part of my life growing up. He would lay with me in bed, and he was always there. And he was the sweetest dog, and I couldn't have asked for a better one. I always remember the way that he would attack you when you were under the sheets, when you moved around, or the way he reacted when you said birdie squirrel. Combination of bird and squirrel. He loved them both, but when you put them together, he would just go crazy. And his love-hate relationship with walks. He was a bit of a fat dog. And you would love him, but after you finished, he would just be panting for like 20 minutes. And I'll always remember his calmness and serenity he always had. He was the goodest boy, and that's why this box means so much to me. It's been over 1 year now, but actually 8 months before he passed, we got another dog who we ended up naming Frozone, like the superhero from The Incredibles. Now he's got a superhero collar too, one from The Incredibles. And so he wears that one now, so I guess we just love our super dogs. Because Luther really was our super dog. But back to the shadow box. We bought it when we knew he didn't have much time left, and on the day we took him in to put him down, we brought it in and got what we could before we said goodbye. And now it's been hanging up in our living room for over 1 year. Pass by it every time I go in and out of the house, and we actually put extra pictures up in and around it, kind of in the frame at the house. I didn't want them to fall out though, so I had to take them out. And so we have that, and sometimes I just look at it and think about him. But, let's see. Yeah, he was my childhood, and even though he's gone now, I still think of him often. It's hard to think of a time he wasn't around. But I hope I never forget him, because I know he'd never forget me. Goodbye, Luther.